Hi everyone, welcome to another day in the Wintergatan workshop. Today I'm going to position these new funnels on the Marble Machine X, and I have a cool idea for how to visualize the entry point of the marbles and position the funnels perfectly. So when we're looking from the side, we can see how the marble is entering. It goes quite fast, and I got this fun idea to turn down the lights in the whole studio and take a picture with long exposure time. I'm gonna use my phone flashlight to only make light where the marble is going, then drop a lot of marbles. We should see the accumulated marble path on the exposed picture. So, okay, that didn't really work. When looking at the photos, you hardly see the marble path. Actually, you do see it, it's kind of cool, but it wasn't really the best way. Wilson forced me to take this picture as well. I think the better way is to film in slow motion, so let's try that. Sideways, it's hitting the center perfect. Lengthwise, I think the marble is entering a little bit too low. Now with this shield, I think I want the marble hit higher, maybe create a larger movement. So I'm going to move the funnel straight down. There are two set screws here, so when I loosen them, I can just pick the funnel straight off the pipe. I think this is perfect. I'm gonna leave it like this. I think it looks great. Marble hits the middle. Snare is done. Let's move on to the kick drum. Right from the start, I don't like the look of this. The two funnels are so close, it's hard to tell them apart. It's just a mess of lines. I would love if it's okay to put this funnel a little bit lower like this. You can see how they get distinct from each other. Here's like what is what. Here's like, that's the kick funnel and that's the snare funnel. Look at this super villain angle of the Marble Machine X. Sometimes when I see the machine from these strange angles, I'm like, what? Did I make that? So I'm using Velcro cable ties to give a little support for this funnel here, because otherwise it's just sitting in the end over there. Aesthetically, they're horrible, but they're very pragmatic, and that's the theme for 2021. So if it works, it's perfect. Maybe I can move it up here and make it even more ugly. Yes, let's do that. And I think the kick funnel is done. So we can move on to the height one. Here comes the super heavy booster. It belly flops and it's being captured. It doesn't have landing legs anymore. Have you seen those plans? SpaceX plans to skip the landing legs and capture the super heavy booster so they can refly in 1 hour. I think it sounds super good. Sounds much simpler actually. I got the rail there. Hi-hat funnel is on. This actually marks a spot where I finally start to work on the hi-hat on the Marble Machine X, because in the next marble test, I think I really would like to include kick drum, snare drum, and hi-hat for 6 out of 38 channels. I've been working so long with the kick drum and snare drum just to figure out everything for the whole machine on those two. On Wintergatan 2, I will prepare the next marble test by doing everything to involve the hi-hat in the next test. It looks great. Do you remember when I talked about the zebra defense? You see now when all 3 drum funnels have these shields, it kind of looked like a feature, not a bug. I'm hiding my mistakes in plain sight. It was like 1.5 years ago since the drums were playing on the whole Marble Machine X. I just been redesigning since. Well, that was kind of perfect. That hits here. Little adjustment. Perfect. The metal rod drop design works so great. I can just bend it a little bit and the marble entered straight into the funnel. It's brilliant. Let's try with super open hi-hat. Yeah. There's only one issue. The funnel is touching the snare drum. That doesn't look so nice. This shield here is touching the drum. I'm going to see how it reacts if I push it further away. Nah, I don't like that. The marbles behaves perfectly right now. Yeah, this will be the position. It's one of the things where I like to make daily videos on Vitacut too, because normally I can spend half a day thinking about this and I don't have the time to do that anymore with the daily videos. Okay, all the funnels are on. Do you hear this sharp sound? That's the metal funnel going against a metal frame. So I'm just going to slide over a piece of cardboard band and it's gone. You won't hear the kick drum now, so it's not connected. Oh, wow. Did you see that? It escaped through here. Okay, Martin. Well, that was it for the movement of the funnels. Maybe there's another placement, I don't know. This is the moment where I give up on the idea of the moving funnels, okay? Okay, I've had absolutely enough of this now. So you were here when this happened. I want this to be a pivotal moment for me. 2021 is now officially the year of compromising. I'm going to learn how to compromise. 2018 to 2020, I tried to be in the middle between looks great and works great. So I focused 50% on looks, 50% on works. The moving funnels is to illustrate the marble movements. So without the funnels, you hardly see the marbles. That's why this has been essential for me in the way the Marble Machine X looks and feel and works. For an audience to perceive what is happening, the movement of the funnel has been so essential. It's not an aesthetical flair. It was kind of an identity of the machine. I'm giving up on that identity. The machine is now shifting because Martin in 2021 is 95% works and 5% looks. If I can make something look a little bit better by just choosing A instead of B and it doesn't take extra time, I will choose that. That's why it's 5% looks and not 0. But I've absolutely had it with trying to rescue all my darlings. You have to kill your darlings. It's time for me to admit some defeats and go for the real win of making music. I mean, this is, I'm just done with it. Now I'm gonna live up to this. I'm going to take 3 Velcro ties and just tie them onto this funnel. There we go. This funnel can't move. 1 darling killed. So this is like in King Arthur when he feeds his family to the monsters to gain the magical powers of making music. 2 darlings killed. So they're not moving anymore. Press F in this chat, everyone. Okay, that was our moment of mourning. How does this look? Maybe we can keep the movement on the vibraphone funnels. I do think these drum funnels will capture 100,000 marbles without problem. And I mean, that's what I need to do. There's so many mini battles that I've embarked on in this project that has smelled so much procrastination, you know. I'm so bad at crossing finishing lines. It's amazing. Ronnie O'Sullivan, the snooker player, he's famous for being like a great front runner. Like if he had a lead and if it was a World Championships final, he would just crush it in the last 5 frames. You know, he would just like see the finishing line and go straight for it. When I'm getting close to a finishing line, I'm slowing down. So some kind of issues with separation from problems I love to spend my time on. This is great. This is great. This is the responsible thing to do. I'm super disappointed, but I feel a little tingle of pride that I'm doing the responsible thing. It's wonderful having you here with me every day as I'm preparing the marble tests. Thanks for watching the Vintergatan 2 daily Marble Machine X progress videos. I think I made quite a lot of progress today. Next steps is to put a marble dropper on for the hi-hat and have the machine play the hi-hat. Then we have all the drums, including the hi-hat machine functional. I'll be working on that in tomorrow's video. Thank you so much for following the daily progress and see you tomorrow. Take care.